What's up, people? It's your boy ThaBlackCobra once again. Today I'm talking about the 10 best must-have accessories for the lightweight Canon M50 mirrorless camera. Let's go. Hey guys, so we're gonna talk about the Canon M50 accessories. We're talking about the 10 best must-have accessories for this lightweight camera. So either you picked one up already or you're thinking about picking one up and you want to know about some of the accessories. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of some of the things I have and what I think about them so far. Now, these items are not in order of importance or order of necessity, because we all know that everybody has their own need for the camera, everybody has their own uses for the camera. So what I think may be top of the list may not be so for you. So they're just on the list. I'm hoping that they're items that you already thought you wanted, and if not, maybe I can give you an idea of something that you didn't know you might need. So first up, we're gonna talk about tripods, because no matter what you do, eventually you are definitely going to need a tripod. So I have 3 different versions just to talk about, give you an idea of some of the things that I have. First up is the Sunpack Ultra 6000 aluminum tripod. This thing has a pistol grip handle with a rotating ball head, and what I like about this is the versatility of this simple tripod. It's extremely lightweight. The pistol grip gives you the ability to move it around a lot more than I thought, and for a 61-inch tripod, it's very versatile, very simple, and it definitely does the job for an entry-level tripod. Next up is the SR Sunroom 66-inch aluminum tripod. Now this tripod has padding on both or 2 of the legs, and it can convert into a monopod. It has the 360-degree rotating ball head, and it comes with the quick connect or quick disconnect mounting plate. This is definitely a stronger tripod, definitely a more durable tripod, and definitely a more versatile tripod. So this right now is one of my favorites. Last up on the topic of tripods, we're gonna talk about a mini tripod. Now this is the Manfrotto, very popular name in photography. And this has the rotating ball head and the metal top, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I have several, but this is one of my favorites. So next up, we have to talk spare batteries. Now, if you're gonna be using your camera out and about for any given length of time, you know you're gonna need extra batteries. I went with the BM premium batteries. Now, I can't yet vouch for just how long they last. I know that the Canon batteries are quality made and they last a decent amount of time. The BM batteries, I've only had to use them once today. There's one in the camera right now, and so I can't vouch for how long they last yet, but I can tell you I haven't had a problem with charging, and I haven't had a problem with use, because I'm still on a full charge, and I actually been using it a little bit. So I'll get back to you on a review, but I can tell you that you're going to need spare batteries. And as always, remember, everything I talk about is linked down in the description below the video, so you can simply click the link and go grab it on Amazon. And yes, if you click the link on this video, it does help me out a little bit, lets them know that you're paying attention to my video, and I think I get like a quarter or something like that. So I'd appreciate you clicking the link and helping me out as well. Next up, we're going to talk about, since we're talking about batteries, we're going to talk about this twin pack that I bought with this dual charger. So it's the dual charger that's the important part, because when you're charging, if you have multiple batteries, you don't want to charge one at a time. You at least want to have a dual charger. I know they have a triple charger, and I think I even saw a quadruple charger, but the dual charger I thought would be enough. And this one's pretty good. By Power Extra, the 2 batteries come with it, and it has a screen to show you the progress of the charging of the battery, which is very helpful. Another thing that you're definitely gonna wanna have is an AC power adapter kit. It looks like a battery, but it's just enough to connect you to the battery. You put this in, and then you connect the plug through the port at the bottom, which is a little hard to find. You have to move the switch that opens the battery compartment. You move the rubber piece to the side, and there's a little tiny hole where that goes. Connect that. It connects through the hole in the battery here and gives you AC power to your camera. Now, I only explain all that because seeing as I haven't been doing photography and video that long, I had no idea that this even existed. So it was something that I discovered, and to me, it was like home run. So if it meant that much to me, I thought it may mean something to you. So AC power adapter kit in the links below. Next up, we have to talk memory. And for memory, we're talking about the memory card. The scan disc is what I always go with. They have been the most reliable for me. I have heard horror stories from other people that had SD cards that failed on them. So I stick with the SanDisk, and for this case, I use the SanDisk Extreme Pro. And that's because it's one of their best. It has up to 170 megabits per second for upload speed or transfer speeds. And SanDisk, it's obvious. It's one of the most reliable, probably the best name in SD cards. So that's why I stick with it. Now I'm gonna talk about a sleeve for your camera. Now this is a neoprene sleeve. It's very soft, very cushiony. This is made by Majk. And this one I like because it has a nice Velcro enclosure. You can slip your camera in there, and it has a long enough front that the kit lens, even extended, fits. And obviously, if you had an adapter or another lens on there, most of the lenses will fit. Now, if you have a larger lens, if you got a telephoto or a zoom lens on there, obviously it's not going to fit, but the regular lens and most of the variable lenses will fit in here. And it has a nice Velcro enclosure, like I said. It also has this little carabiner, so if you wanted to clip it on your hip and let that be where your camera sits for a little bit, I wouldn't leave it there for long periods of time or running around doing too much, but it has enough of a secure enclosure that you could clip it to your hip and do something else and get back to your camera if you needed to. Next up is a ND filter, a variable neutral density filter. Variable ND filter is basically sunglasses for your camera, and because it's variable, you can spin it and get the exact amount of blockage you need for the light. And I went with the Pro Master because that's the one that I was hearing a lot about, and all the videos that I watched, they all went with the Pro Master, and so I stick with tried and true. I haven't actually had to use it yet, but the best motto is to have it and not need it, rather than to need it and not have it. I'm ready, I'm prepped, and I'm prepared with the Pro Master variable ND filter. All right, so next up I went with the Canon lens adapter. I got the lens adapter so that I would not be cornered into only using the lenses that came out for the M50, because so far there's only a few lenses that are directly made for the Canon M50. They're good lenses, but if you want to have a wide range of lenses, you get this here. And I went with the one by Canon. It's more expensive, but it was made by Canon, so I know that it works. I wanted to make sure I got something that I know, again, tried and true. So this will allow me to mount other lenses on my camera. Instead of just M lenses, I can use EF lenses, and that's what I plan to do. And while we're talking about lenses, that's exactly why I got it. Now I got this, and then I got the nifty 50. Now this 50mm lens, talk about probably one of the most popular lenses. I don't think I've seen any photographer that I know not recommend this. So I look forward to comparing all of the lenses, but I'm hoping to get over the long haul to get a lot of comparisons. Now, but the nifty 50 is one of the lenses that I'm the most anxious to get a lot of use out of. Now, besides that, I have the lenses that I was using with my Canon T5i. I have the 10 to 18, and I also have the 18 to 55. Now, obviously, they both have stabilization, which is key, and the autofocus. that dual pixel autofocus that Canon is so famous for. And that gives you the ability with this lens adapter to use all these lenses and then some. You are not limited at all in what you can put on there once you get that lens adapter. Another thing that I picked up was a set of step rings, step up and step down rings. Now these are designed, they screw together, different sizes, and the idea is if you have a lens of one size, you can step up or step down whatever you're putting on the end of that lens. Now the 50mm lens says that it has a 49mm end right here. So if I was going to put a variable ND filter on, and that variable ND filter that I wanted to put on the end of the lens was of a different size, instead of having to buy another filter every time, I could just use a step ring and step up or step down depending on which way I was going from which accessory I wanted to put on the end. And that's what these are for, and they give you a bunch in one kit. These came from KNF Concept. I'll link those also, and they give you a good way to utilize whatever you have. So there you have it, 10 items, but I can't let you go without giving you a bonus item. Now, the other item that I want to talk about are backpacks. Backpacks. Now, I have two that I normally use, and a third that I think I just ordered or I was just about to order. One is a sling style backpack that goes across your shoulder, and that backpack was by Amazon Basics. I like this. I liked the idea of this bag because you can have it on your back, and the way it's designed, you can slide it right around to the front while it's still attached to you. The zipper's on the side of it so that you can access it right there while it's sitting in front of you. Sort of like a messenger bag almost. It comes across you and you can access everything you need and then slide it right back to your back, never having to take it off. I like the idea of it, so I picked it up. I just got that bag and I'm hoping that I'm gonna like it. Another bag that I was using was the Canon Deluxe 200G, I believe, or 200MG, something like that. It was a specific Canon made backpack, and that's the first one I had, and I really like it. I like the size of it. I do wish that I had, and I like having options, so I wish it was a little bit bigger. So the one I'm about to pick up, I'll throw on the screen here right now. This is the one I'm looking at because I can fit my laptop in the back as well as all my camera gear inside, and then it has a large pocket up top to put lights and other things that you may want. So this is the bag that I'm looking into, but that's definitely a bonus item because you're going to need one. Last but not least, I didn't talk about microphones because I know I talked about it in a past video. However, Rode makes the best mics. Obviously, they're the best name in mics still, I believe. So this is the one that I'm using. There are several versions of it. Actually, I have two because for my GoPro, I bought a smaller version. I bought this one here, and both of these Rode mics I love. I have zero complaints about these mics. Again, I think the only thing outside of these two mics that I'm looking for, I do have a lapel mic with a cord that you can run, but I think I want to go wireless, so I'm gonna look for a mic and a receiver next. That's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you an idea of what you're gonna need, what you're gonna want, and I hope that you will hit like on this video because it really helps me out. Hope you'll subscribe because I'm on a hunt. I'm on a path. I'm on an uphill climb to try and get to my first 1,000 subscribers, and I hope that includes you. I hope that you'll do both of those and hit the link down below for anything that I talked about in the video that you think you might want, and come back and see us again soon. Until then, I'm always here with your gadgets, games, and gear. Peace.